What is nirvana? Nirvana is a Sanskrit word that means neither birth nor death. Everyone should know that we ourselves do not utipada nirodha, birth and death, but now we have arising and extinction. Why is there birth and death? Because you have something that hinders the neither birth nor death of nirvana, and neither birth nor death becomes birth and death, which is very unfortunate. Every ordinary person has birth and death. Having birth and death is defilements. When the afflictions are cut off, birth and death will cease, or in other words, no more samsara, birth and death. Inherently no life and death. This principle is very deep and wide. This phenomenon is extremely subtle. What is the jnanavarana, hindrance of knowledge? Using current words is the darsana, seeing. That is, you have knowledge and insight, if saying it a little rough. It is that you have thoughts and views. If you have these things, it's troublesome, making the full prajna wisdom in your self-nature obstructed. The Avatamsaka Sutra says, all sentient beings have the wisdom and virtue form of the Tathagata. The virtue form is the great nirvana, and neither birth nor death is the virtue form. We have thoughts and opinions, then it is broken, our prajna wisdom is gone, it is obstructed by it, causing the wisdom of prajna wisdom to be twisted, metamorphosed, turned into what? It turns into wrong knowledge and false views, a completely opposite view of the truth, and turned into this. Because there are right and wrong, greed, hatred, ignorance, and arrogance, the virtues are turned into the cycle of life and death, and become the sentient beings form of the 10 Dharma realms. This fact, if the world-honored one was not born, who would know? Who can explain this matter clearly and thoroughly? All the religionists, philosophers, and scientists in the world are unable to explain this truth to us. So the response of the Blessed One to us to appear in this world, bringing the truth of the universe to life for us. After we listen, we suddenly understand. The key is now how to restore our original face. How to restore our perfect wisdom and virtue. It is important to study Buddhism, and it is for this purpose, not for anything else. Samantabhadra is the practice of the ultimate perfect Dharma. Practicing Dharma is the method of practice. In our current words, practicing Dharma is the way of living. He cited 10 outlines, which we have reported earlier. Respect. You must practice respect, treat all sentient beings, treat people, things, and objects with sincerity and respect, and observe propriety. The second subject, to know how to praise. Whenever it is compatible with virtue, we praise it. If it is not compatible with virtue, we do not praise it. In the 53 chapters of Flower Adornment Sutra, there are clear examples to teach us. Third, as I told you last night, extensive cultivation of offerings. This article will be said for 2 hours, briefly. If I want to talk about giving and making offerings to you, let me talk about this in detail. My ability can talk about it for a year. Where are the scriptures? In the Avatamsaka Sutra. In the 6th chapter of the Avatamsaka Sutra, it tells us about almsgiving. Almsgiving of wealth, almsgiving of dharma, and almsgiving of fearlessness. There are more than 100 kinds of them. If one preaches for 3 days, isn't it 1 year? We really don't understand. We read the scriptures every day and swallow the jujube. So we don't know where to start to practice. We think that our practice is good, but in fact it is far, far away from the standard mentioned by the Buddha.